Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah,
Am I
we are
audible?
waiting for the.
Umesh sir,
Yeah,
am I
you are
audible
audible.
enough? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you are audible. So if you want to do any presentation, we can just check it now whether it's visible. Do you have any presentation with you, sir, to
Yeah,
share?
yeah, yeah. Let me do that.
Okay.
Hope you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. I'll
Thank you.
stop sharing now. And
Okay, sir. Sure. Sir, Maharesh sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yep.
Yes, sir, could we wait for a couple of minutes? As
Yeah,
participants
sure.
are
We can.
also joining. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Uh, Thank you for your patience, sir. I hope now we can start our session. Swatish?
Yeah.
Hi, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah, we can start the session now.
Yeah, okay, sure. Good morning to everyone who have shown interest and participated in this event. Uh, Today we have our speaker, Mr. Shelton Ramesh, sir, who is working at Verizon, going to take session on the topic of future of data analytics and engineering. Welcome you, sir. Now I call upon Chidambaraj, sir, to welcome our gathering.
Thank you, Swatish. Good morning, participants. A great day begins when great minds gather to share, to learn, and to grow. With that note and utmost delight, I would like to extend my hearty welcome to our guests and participants who have graced this event with your presence. Department of EEE would also like to thank our source of confidence, our pillar support, our chairman, Dr. Babu Manoharan sir, our managing director, Jessipriya ma'am, director Shashi Shekhar sir, principal Dr. Vadi Sheshagiri Rao sir, and Dean Dr. Parvadavardhini ma'am, because of whom such event gets spotlight. And most importantly, I would like to thank our speaker, Mr. Shelton Maharesh, Manager, Data Analytics and Data Science, Verizon, who readily agreed to be part of this webinar series. Today, Mr. Shelton will share his experience and insights on the topic Future of Data Analytics in Engineering. Finally, I would like to extend my hearty welcome to our staff members and my beloved students and participants from various colleges who have graced this event with your presence. Now I welcome Mr. Umesh Prabhu to deliver the official citation of our today's speaker, Mr. Shelton.
Thank you, sir. Believing in yourself is the first secret of success. Blending these words, today in the ninth session of the 8th day of this career webinar session, we have with us a person who has matched with these words. He is none other than Mr. Shelton Maharesh, Manager, Data Analytics and Data Science from Verizon, which is a company which has launched 3G, 4G, and 5G for the first time all over the world. So, to tell about Mr. Shelton Maharesh, sir, he has completed his graduation in the year 2010, and at this moment, we are so proud enough to say that he is an elite alumni of our college, St. Joseph College of Engineering. And in the year 2010, he got placed in the Cognizant as a program analyst. And from the year 2010 to 13, he has worked as a program analyst at Cognizant. And in the year 2013 to 15, he joined Deloitte US India as an associate developer. And then later he progressed with his master's in business administration from Sikkim Manipal University. And then he completed his master's in software engineering at BITS Pilani. And in the year 2015, he joined as a specialist of data science at Verizon. And from the year 17 to 18, he worked as a consultant for data science at Verizon. And from the year 2018, he has been in the current post, which is Manager of Data Analytics and Data Science with Verizon. So in this day, we are proud to say that we have our alumni who has come to guide all our students in the success of their career. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Now you can take on the session with you. Thank you.
Sure. A very good morning.
Welcome, Shelton.
Thank you.
Shelton,
Thank you
I'm Jairama.
so much, ma'am.
Electrical department HOD. I don't know whether you remember me, but I have seen you very actively participating in all the Christmas event and all your college events. You would actively participate. So yesterday only I came to know, and I was asking, sir, I think he is alumni of our college. Just refer it, and I'm very happy. I've communicated this to Jansi ma'am also. I think she may also join in this webinar. If time permits for her also. Thank you for accepting. Okay, all the very best wishes, Shelton.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That is very kind of you to make a mention. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dear all students, it's a great pleasure to talk to you this morning on a Sunday morning. So around me, it's good climate here. It's raining, and I hope the rain doesn't disrupt my internet access. And anything that you want to interact with me, you can always use the chat window. I'm going to be very active on the chat. And are you able to see my screen now? Can I see some responses over the chat?
Yes, we can see, Pa.
Okay, right. Thank you. So today's webinar series is very interesting one because it is about road to success. So I thought before even going into the technical details of what and all those stuff, right? I thought I'll just tell you a story, and from the story we will just go into the technical part of today's discussion. Okay. So I just want to start up with one small storyline where in 2006 I was in a city called Tirunelveli. Okay, no exposure to anything. I just know my school, my father, my mother, and my friend circle. And they decided one thing. They investigated a lot. They went here and there. Then identified that St. Joseph's College of Engineering is the best college in Chennai, right? So, and they decided to send me home. Okay, that is, they sent me to Chennai. That is the very first time I came to Chennai. Okay. And it was very fascinating because St. Joseph's, as soon as you come for the first time, you will be mesmerized by two major things. One is the infrastructure, and next one is the nitty-gritty mess hall, right? Yeah. So I was actually a biology student in my 12th standard. And no matter how my parents chose me to put into electricals and communication, I do not know till date. But they said that, okay, it's okay, you didn't become a doctor, but you have to learn electronics and communication. So that's the reason I took electronics and communication. There was actually no one to guide me to pick the right course by itself, but they made me pick the right college. Okay. So I used to ask my dad, why did you choose ECE for me? Then he said like, okay, you might get a job in BSNL or you might get a job in Airtel. So that's the reason we put you in ECE. That's the only reason my dad could say. Apart from that, he could not talk anything about why ECE is good and all those stuffs, right? So years went by, and the four things that mesmerized me in the college is one is the library, then the indoor auditorium, then I cannot stop telling the mess hall by itself. And the next one that impressed me is the culture of tie. Okay, putting tie and being very formal to class, everything. I really liked it because I felt it very new coming from a down south place. I felt it was really professional and it was different for me. And then another one more place that I love is the college chapel, where it is very peaceful, serene, and I usually spend my time there. Okay, just a quick recap of my old life in 2 minutes, so that I thought this would be helpful to just put a roadmap to where we are what I'm gonna talk today. So I was a student, and the very first time I joined St. Joseph's, I really tried my level best. Everything was new. The first semester I really did well, but the second semester came a very difficult subject called electronics devices. Okay, so cathode, diode, and all those stories came in, and I did my level best, but I came to know that that was not quite enough. That the first semester I really in the second semester I flunked. So I was very frustrated because my parents had a lot of hopes. They put a lot of money. தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்க காசு ஒன்றும் மரத்துல காய்க்காது. The same thing holds good for me, right? My parents didn't join me in a college which is like a government college or something. It was they need to pay a lot of fees, a lot of things, everything. And but some or the other I didn't do well. Okay, that really made me bother about my parents. I was thinking, what do my parents think, right? They are thinking that I will get a good job, I will get placed somewhere, but eventually I'm just failing in my exams. I'm trying to clear it, I'm trying to learn, but something is happening wrong that I'm not able to eventually do things, right? So what I started to do eventually is I started to take help. Okay, eventually I started to trust God more. Then I also spend my time in learning things. I thought that I need to self-discipline myself in order to get placed. Okay, so I eventually spend my time a lot of learning. I try to clear my arrears. I am not a person who is out of arrears. I had history of arrears basically. I put my heart and soul. I started studying. Then in 2010 came the campus interview. I got placed in Cognizant, and I was offered my very first job with Cognizant in campus in 2009 eventually. Okay, and in 2009 when I got the offer again, there will be a thing, right? Or they will say in Tamil, Talaganam, head weight, right? That comes to your mind. You will feel like, okay, I have got a job now. Now what is that I need to do with the teachers and all, right? It's like you feel that you have conquered the world and nothing, you know everything sort of a thing. And eventually that led to me last semester, where I again got a rejection. Okay, which means that in my last semester again I got an arrear, and the company that offered me the job offer rejected the job offer right away. They said that you have an arrear and you cannot proceed with a job offer, and so we are rejecting your job offer. Then I realized what true life means. Okay, so I know everybody has a good friend circle. Now you live in a place where friends will come and say that nanband everything and all those things your friends will come and say. And I realized at that moment there was no one with me. Everybody got placed, or someone who's from a very good financial background, they started their own business. Few of them had good insight about higher studies and all those things. They picked up higher studies. They all left. Okay, and I ended up in a job which paid me 9,500 rupees as my initial salary, which was not Cognizant, by the way. Okay, I joined in a call center, but then I realized that life is not about friends. It is not about thing. It is all about what I invest on myself in my academy, right? So I started to realize that I put my heart and soul. And even in my college days, I just want to recollect that I will not. I don't know if anyone, if I say this, will believe it. In the 4 years of my life in St. Joseph's, I have not taken one day leave. Okay, I was a hostler. I was in the hostel for 4 years, and I never took one day leave. They say point systems, right? I didn't even give away 1 point from my this thing, because at least I felt that okay, even if I don't do good in studies, at least I need to self discipline myself. So that was the thought process, and I was spending a lot of time there. Okay, then finally, as I said, I joined in the call center. Then I realized, okay, I need to study well. And eventually I learned, I invested my time, and I got my degree back. Okay, which means that I cleared my exams in the same semester right away. Okay, and my teachers really helped me a lot. I came as a IT professional. Okay, the same company which rejected my offer, I wrote back to them telling that I have cleared my exams now and I have got good scores. It is really more than what I expected. They said they will give back my offer. Okay, and time didn't stop there. Okay, so this is something that I wanted to look into my deck once, right? Whoever is listening to this, look at how many failures I have come across. I have joining St. Joseph as a success, then I failed, then I studied, I got a success, then again I got failed, I ended up in a poor job, then I got a good job. The failures that I have come across is too high. Okay, but I just want to encourage this morning to all my fellow students, my brothers and sisters in St. Joseph's or any college for that matter. Your life doesn't end where you are standing right now. Okay, so it has a very long ahead path. Okay, when I was in college, I have thought that my life is gone, my education is going to end right away here, and I do not have any good future ahead. Okay, then I got a job. My life didn't stop there. I got a second degree. I finished my master's in business administration with Sikkim Manipal University. Then again, I didn't stop there. I again went ahead. I finished my MTech with BITS Pilani. Then again, it didn't stop there. And my road to success looks like this. Okay, so sir gave a very good introduction. My road looks like this. So campus interview. From there, I joined a BPO. Then I joined Cognizant again, and then I joined Deloitte, which is the world top four big. They call it as big giants, right? So big four company, Deloitte. I got chosen. Then I was working as an associate developer. I finished my masters. Then I finished my master's in software engineering with BITS Pilani. Then I joined Verizon, which is the world's first company to launch 5G. I joined there as a consultant and I got promoted as a manager and I worked there as a manager. And it didn't stop there, right? It's like life takes you to higher heights. And so it is. I now mentor at Great Lakes Institute of Management. I am a faculty manager there. It's like I mentor a lot of faculty people, not only students, but faculty members also. I'm a student mentor at Upgrad University. And I also have a research paper submitted in Yahoo. Okay. So it is not just to boast about myself, but had I thought that my life is over with what failures I have seen, I would have struck there long, long ago. Okay, but life gives you turns, and definitely there is a bright sunshine ahead of your life. So, with that particular notion, I'm going to enter into today's topic. Okay, today's topic is more about data science, right? It's like analytics. Okay, when you say analytics, I just want to keep the chat window very active. I'm going to look into the chat window very often. Okay, I don't know how many of you are in this particular situation that I was talking about. Anyone? You want to say anything? Acknowledge, or you feel that you are in the same path or something? Yes, no? Can I see a response in the chat window? Okay, trying to begin. Okay, awesome. Okay, I see a lot of response coming in. Okay, started to work on it. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for the inputs there. Okay, so today I'm just gonna start with one thing which is called as predictive analytics. Okay, before going into the topic, I just want to ask you guys this thing, right? How many of you know what is predictive analytics means? Analytics, any idea? Or because if you say no, I'm gonna say start everything from the scratch. So can I see a quick response? No, no. Okay, fine. I see good responses there. That's perfectly fine. Okay. This webinar's main intention itself is to have you guys educated on that particular one, because right now what we think is, triple E, whosoever is in triple E department, whosoever is in mechanical department, we have got a thought process that our lives has nothing to do with coding, right? When people talk about Python as a programming language, or when they say C, C++, Java, and all those things, we think that, hey, this is all IT subjects, man. I am a triple E guy, I am a EC guy, I am a biotech guy, or whatever it is. We never get the thought process that completely that today's environment in which industries are performing is totally different from what it was a decade back. Okay, so even if you are a triple E engineer, okay, you must need some sort of a background in coding. The reason being, the world is evolving towards predictive analytics. So I will give you an example, and then with that we'll just keep moving, right? So today, if you look into the top paying industries, today it is basically in the terms of coding and all those things. Artificial intelligence and machine learning is one of the key thing that is getting very popularized. Next is blockchain and big data and all those stuff, right? And for people who do not know about predictive analytics, machine learning, and all those things, I just want to give you a quick idea so that you will understand all those things. Have you ever used your mobile phone for face recognition or image recognition? Have you ever tried it? Google Photos automatically tagging your face, all those things. It will auto suggest some taggings, right? It will say that, is this you? Can I tag your name? And all those steps. Facebook. Yeah. Now, and question to you all who is attending this webinar. How does Facebook know that it is say it is Swatish or it is Umesh sir or whatever it is? How is Facebook able to recognize your face and say that it is you? Okay, trained data, that's a good one. Through deep learning from the past data, yes sir, of course. Anyone else? Any inputs? Okay, Suman says it is from the database. Yep, of course, right? It needs historical data. So put it in simple words, right? Say for example, if you have shown your photo constantly to Facebook and you're tagged your name, okay, telling this is Prasita, this is Durga, or whatever it is, you are tagging your name repeatedly. What will happen? The backend systems of Facebook will start recognizing those images, and it will say that, hey, with this facial features, with this facial color, with this hair color, it is going to be this person X. So the machine is learning something. When you put a lot of inputs to the machine automatically learns those patterns, and the machine is able to recognize all those things. So the next time when you upload a photo, before even you tag the photo, the machine is going to say, machine is nothing but your Facebook algorithm is going to say that, hey, is this you? Because I have a lot of past data about you, and this particular photo is matching with the current photo, and I think it is you, right? That's how your facial recognition works. This is one sort of artificial intelligence. Okay, I will show you one example which you can very well relate. People who are active in Amazon, anyone who is good in Amazon? Shopping, window shopping, everything? And kindly ignore the background noise. I'm sitting in my balcony and I'm talking to you guys. How many of you are active users of Amazon website in terms of purchase and all those things? Okay, Suman says yes. I think now everybody is using Amazon, right? I will ask you a question. How many of you have seen this sort of a window in Amazon? Can I get an answer? This view. Are you able to see my screen first? Only one stock left. Or they will put offer ends in another 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Have you seen this? Okay. My question is, how many of you think that is true? How many of you think that is true? That is, it really, is it only one stock left? Okay, everybody says it's false. Okay. And next question to you guys. Okay. To make them buy? Yeah, Swadish, you are right. Okay. Next question. Now it's time to answer, right? It's like I see 100 people, but I'm saying only 10 to 15 people responding. Let's make others awake. Get up, guys. Okay. Next question to you guys. How many of you um, have seen the same message come for your friend also? Let's take the Amazon website. Have you seen that particular items thing, like say one product left is only visible to you, but for your friend it is not that. For him it is normally showing without anything, like say only one stock left, or it is not showing any timer telling 30 minutes to buy, 20 minutes to buy. Have you seen this happening? Yes. Okay. Flight fare tickets. Okay, let's give me another example, right? Flight, you are in an emergency and you definitely want to fly. Okay, what you are doing, you are going to the flight website and you are searching for flight charges. Have you ever noticed that for you alone they will say 10 minutes left for this price to be retained. After 10 minutes the price will increase. They will say, but if you ask someone else to check the same website, the price will be normal only. But for you alone, they will send a message telling that you need to buy it in next 10 minutes. Have you ever faced this? Let's answer this question. Yes, it's different for different people. Yes, obviously. Okay, Jay Krishna, you need to investigate this. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, guys. Exactly. Right. This is something to do with predictive analytics. Okay. So predictive analytics is nothing but they have predicted that you will buy the product. Okay, that they have predicted that Adit is a person who will definitely buy this product, and some or the other I need to show something to make him buy the product. Okay, but whereas when someone else logs in, okay, like say um, uh, um, okay, Ilamadi has logged in. Okay, Ilamadi, right? Ilamadi has logged in. Ilamadi Kumar, when the person has logged in, it is not showing that. Why? The reason is there is a predictive analytics engine which is running, which has predicted that you are a potential customer, that you are a customer who will buy. ரொம்ப simple ஒரு example சொல்றேன். I will put it in simple words, right? Imagine a small jewelry shop. Okay, imagine a small jewelry shop and think you are a jewelry shop owner. Okay, you are a jewelry shop owner. There are 5 people who are coming to buy jewels in the same shop. How can you easily identify the person who will buy the product and who will not buy the product? How can you easily identify? Can you give me some answers? அவங்களுக்கு உண்மையிலே அதுல இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கா இல்லையா, நகை உண்மையிலே இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் வாங்க வந்திருக்காங்களா இல்லையான்றது how can you identify without even asking them something? Like, how can you see and guess? Okay, they will wear a lot of jewelries. Okay, how can you identify that they are okay regular customer? Okay, what are the other things that you can consider from the past purchase records? Okay, hey, this person, if he comes, he will always inquire the rate and go, but if this person comes, he will buy. Correct. Past history. What else? Can you take their body language and identify whether they will buy or not? By the way they are talking, face reaction, right? If they are interested, they will be very curious to see the jewels. Face expression. What else? What else will happen? You can easily identify that they are interested by their interest in seeing the jewelry. A Chandramukhi style, if they are like Kasumala and the they are too much interested. Yes. What else? Not looking into the cost. Yes, Durga. And another thing also, right? Bargaining on the cost. Asking to show more. Exactly, right? Now think about this. With this particular feature, you have told me a lot of data, right? You have told me about whether they are curious or not, whether they are interested in talking or not. If you create a checklist, can you easily identify who's the person who will buy and who will not buy? With say some 10 to 15 points, can you conclude whether they are interested customers or not interested customers? Is it possible? Do you think it is possible or not possible? Probability becomes higher, right? When they ask questions and all those things, yes. This is the same logic that is applied in predictive analytics as well. Okay, say for example, St. Joseph's, let's take our college, right? Whenever it rains, right, in the history there had been like say 20 days where it had rained in last year. Out of 20 days, 15 days they have left holidays, or I will say the reverse, right? St. Joseph, they will keep college, right? Out of 20 days, 18 days they have kept college even when the water level was too high. Okay, let's imagine the scenario. What is the probability that this year when it rains, they will keep college? Simple calculation, right? How do you derive that? The question is, last year, 20 days it rained. Out of the 20 days, St. Joseph's kept college on 18 days. This year it is raining. What is the chances that you will come to college or you will have college? 18 out of 20, right? Because in the past 18 times college has happened out of 20 rainy days. So 18 out of 20, it is 90% chances that you will have a college. So I'm predicting that before even our director sir announces or sends a circular, we can conclude that, hey, tomorrow definitely there will be college, even if it is raining. Let's go to the bus stop, right? Now, this is a form of analytics. Okay. The math behind this is nothing but probability. Okay. So this is very much used in all the industries now. Okay. Can you identify each easily? Let's take triple E students, right? Okay. For you, let's take you are building a mechanism around some control systems. When the load was given like this, and when the number of transformations are like this, there is a power failure. Yes or no? Imagine you have a data set. Can you use that particular data set to predict something of future? Do you think it is possible or it is not possible? Yes. Okay, let me put this question differently for you guys, right? Okay, I'm not a triple E student, but I'm just gonna give some thoughts around it. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen once again. Okay, let me know once you're able to see my Excel. Okay, if you see my Excel, just tell me a yes in the chat. Imagine you have a data historically like this. Okay, and say for example you are put in a company. Okay, you are hired in an electrical company. Okay, they are saying when the load is like 1000, when resistance is like 200, and the brand is company X. Okay, there was a failure in the wire or whatever it is, right? It is saying fail. Okay, and you are saying when the load was 5000, when the resistance was 300, when the brand company is Y, the it was good. Okay, which means that there was no failure. Okay, the load was 10,000, but the resistance is less, but still the same company, it failed. You have historical data like this, like say millions of data. Tomorrow, you are going to you are going to decide which company should I buy and which company should I not buy. And you want to decide whether that particular product will fail or not fail. Do you think, can I create a predictive analytics system? And before even I buy it, can I predict this? What will be the expected result? Imagine you have historically like say 1 million records with you about all the history. Is it possible to predict or not possible? It's definitely possible, right? Another one important use case which I came across is windmill utilization. Okay, say for example, the turbulence is measured in a unit range. Say the number of spins made by uh, the spinners, right, is some x, y, and z, and then you are also having in which particular location. Say for example, it is in a hilly place, or it is like say 200 meters above the sea level or whatever it is, right? Like this, you have a lot of data, and you are also having a quantification telling when the turbulence or is something like this, and when the number of spins made by the turbine is like this. In the history, the power that was delivered is say 300 kilowatt or whatever it is, right? I'm just giving some vague numbers. 290 kilowatts or 450 kilowatts or whatever it is. Now you are planning to construct a say you are going to construct a big windmill. The cost of a windmill is close to like say 100 crores, right? You need to spend 100 crores to construct a windmill, and you cannot construct a windmill and then say that it is a failure, or you cannot say the power delivered is so slow. But that's where artificial intelligence comes into place, where you can easily say that, hey, in that particular place where I'm planning to build my windmill, the turbulence is around 3000. Okay, and the number of spins made by that in that same location, there is another windmill which is runs at 300 spins. And this particular windmill that I'm going to plant is at some say 1500 meters above the sea level. Now tell me, can you even find the power before even the actual windmill is constructed? Do you think we can do that or we cannot do that? Now tell me, is this coding related to IT guys or it is also related to Triple E? Do you think it's applicable for you guys, electrical and electronic guys? Okay. So this morning, I just want you guys to come out of the thought process. See, I work for a telecom company. I'm an EC guy, electronics and communication, and I work for a company which is world's first this thing 5G launches in US. A company called Verizon. Okay, they are 8th position in the world. Okay, but think about this, right? Programming is not specific to departments. Let's come out of the thought process this morning, right? You guys need to invest yourself in the right place. Okay, it is applicable for everybody. People who are in research, people who are teaching, people who are gonna come, everybody, it's needed now, because the world is moving into artificial intelligence. Okay, the world is not stuck where you are looking in. No more companies are asking just for, okay, are you good in control systems, are you good in digital signal processing? No, they don't stop there. Everybody is asking for you to be a best person to know at least one coding language. Okay, so I want to go on with my this thing, right? So there are a lot of things that you can do with artificial intelligence, and I just want to tell you how you can start your path ahead. Okay, எதுக்கு வந்து artificial intelligence தேவை? Why do we need this predictive analytics and all those things, right? I will give you some simple ideas. Can you give some examples of artificial intelligence that you see around you? Some example. Alexa, chatbots. Okay, awesome. What else? Keep going, keep going. Yep. Chatbot, what else? Colorization. Okay. Google Assistant, SCADA. Okay, keep going. Your smart homes, when you go into your home, your computer gets switched on automatically, your system gets switched off automatically. Now tell me, the component that is used there is a electrical component, but who designed that software, right? Do you think it needs coding or doesn't need coding? The smart home application that we are talking about needs both your triple thought process or electrical thought process versus your coding concepts as well, right? It cannot work just with your hardware, right? It needs a lot of coding, right? Now think about this. That is one part of artificial intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence in simple words is anything that the machine can do artificially, right? Like similar to the human brain, it becomes artificial intelligence. Now, what is the difference between artificial intelligence and machine learning? Machine learning na onnume illa. So today government is telling that down in say August, by end of August, the number of corona cases will be this much. Do you think it is predictable or not predictable? Okay, let's talk about a triple E subject, right? You are imagine you have got a job in TNAB or Reliance Power Communication or whatever it is. Okay, they are telling that can you predict and tell me what is the expected amount of power grids that we need to install in 2021? They are asking you. You cannot say that, hey, na Josya karala illaya. Why are you coming and asking me about future, right? You cannot say that. Can you say that? Sir, how can I say about future, sir? I am not a Kili Josier, sir. You cannot do that. You are not an astrologer. You may say that. But do you think it is predictable or not predictable? It is predictable, right? It is, of course, it is predictable. That's where machine learning comes into picture. Okay, based on the past history, okay, these many houses were there. For this many house, we had 2 grids. Now we are going to construct 1,000 houses with this particular power fluctuation. Every house is going to have 3 AC, 4 AC. Multiple dimensions together, you can do the predictions using simple machine learning techniques. Okay. Then there is another set of artificial intelligence which is called as deep learning. All your image classification, then your whatever this face recognition, object detection, on all these things is called as image recognition. Okay. Now, how can I get into this particular one? Okay, in the interest of time, I'm just gonna get into this, right? So your machine learning can do a lot of things, right? It can classify items. Okay, say for example, whether a person will buy a product, not buy a product, before even he comes to Amazon, I can predict it. Whether this guy will, what to say, whether this particular person will invest in the stock market or not invest in the stock market, if you have a machine learning algorithm, you can predict that easily. Okay, you can predict anomalies. Say for example, there is a fluctuation that is happening today. How does government staff react to fluctuations? When the transformer has burnt out, and after that they come and say that, oh, there is a power fluctuation, we need to fix this. Think about this, right? Machine learning can be used to even predict before even the accident is going to happen. It can say that, hey, now with this given particular inputs, I feel that in another half an hour time there is going to be a power fluctuation. It can easily do that. Okay, all it needs is historical data. Okay, and say for example, the example that we spoke about, how many data grids that how many power grids you need to have, or how many, even the number of coil windings that you need to have in a motor can be predicted by your simple machine learning algorithm. It is a simple code by itself. Okay, now where can I start for people who are in this particular call? Be it from whichever domain, be it from professors from other colleges or students from other colleges, I would encourage that you need to know at least one coding language. Okay, and I would advise start with simple coding language like Python. Okay, Python is very, 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 very simple. You can self-learn by yourself. Okay, don't sit in a classroom. Don't spend 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees, and say you will buy a course and you will learn it. That is not going to help you guys. What you need to eventually do is you need to start with something simple. Say for example, can I write a Python code to read a Excel and read the data from the Excel? Very simple as this. Can I do something in coding so that I can break the Excel into 3 Excels, 4 Excels? Take something which is very simple, which will help you or motivate you to write codes. Okay, or write a simple programming code. Say for example, can I write a code that will automatically read my emails? right? Search the internet. You have a lot of things in the internet. Namalku ipo internet has become like only WhatsApp, Facebook, and other things, right? Instagram. That is what internet for most of them looks like. But internet has another phase which you can use and invest. Search a lot of things. How can you use coding for your triple E projects? Maybe when you go to your final year, your project will stand completely outside of the box, because today what is happening in each of the industries, whenever I speak to my friends who are working in the core companies, they say, Macha, we are looking for good developers in this particular language. Then I ask them, why can't you do it? Then they say, no, I'm a hardcore mechanical guy. I'm a hardcore civil guy. Even in civil and every places, this machine learning is going to help. So step number one, spend some 1 month or 2 months time. You can learn coding very, very easily. Okay. And learn SQL. SQL is nothing but structured query language, which is used to help in retrieving data from databases. These two things, if you definitely put in your resume, I will tell you, definitely companies will vouch for you. And if you do a project along with some programming languages like this, your resume will have a definite good weightage. And the world is traveling towards this machine learning and artificial intelligence, which is the key for other things like, say, robotics. It is the key for computer vision, like, say, all your image recognition and all those things. It is the core component of NLP, natural language processing. Anything that you say, your Siri, good morning, you get up and you say, Siri, keep an alarm. Your phone is able to understand your language. How come? It uses deep learning. So foundationally, the three green boxes, if you are able to invest time in another 6 months or so, I will tell you the industry is great and great. Okay. If you just go to Google and search top trending fields in this particular year, right? Typically when you say 2021, okay, I will show you that as well. Can you guys take your mobile and search for top trending technologies in your mobile? If you do that, you will find machine learning and artificial intelligence in the very first step. Okay, I did that. Okay, and I'm finding three things in the first: artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotic process automation, edge computing, cyber security, and all those things. So this is the key, guys. And I will tell you, I don't know if many of you would have still agreed to it, but I will show you one more thing, slide, which is interesting for you. This is something that we are going to talk about, where exactly the scope of analytics is falling into, right? When you look into mechanical engineering also, they are using it in terms of typically when you build a machine. Say, for example, before even building a car, I can even predict how much the car will give me mileage. Okay. In terms of medical fields, they're using it for cancer prediction. Okay, before even the customer or a person has a cancer, they can predict whether this person will have cancer or not. Before even the person enters the internet, I will know what the person is going to watch. Best example. Have you ever gone to YouTube? Everybody? YouTube. Yes, everybody goes to YouTube. Yes. I will ask you a very interesting question. Is the recommendation that is made in YouTube same like your father's recommendation? உங்க அப்பாவுக்கு காட்டுற அதே ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன் உங்களுக்கும் காட்டுது? What is it recommending for your father and what is it recommending for you? What is recommending for you, for your elders usually? Some news channel, right? Typically news channel or some history or something, right? Okay. What is recommending for you? And what is recommending for your friend? That will show you who you are actually. Okay. Which means that there is no one actually sitting in the back and looking all these things, right? There is a machine learning algorithm, and that algorithm has learned that your historical pattern looks like this. And it starts to know that, okay, for this person, I need to recommend this. Okay. And if you take Netflix, for you, it will all show, for some person, it will always show romantic movies. For some people, it will always show horror movies. Why is that? How is that? That is because there is a predictive engine behind this thing, which is doing all these steps. Okay. Now tell me, guys, it's like already we are in artificial intelligence era. Okay. And have you ever seen this? You would have searched for some item in some browser. Say, for example, you would have searched for a mobile phone. And wherever you go, you will get recommendations related to that mobile phone. Have you seen that? I will ask you one more interesting question. Maybe in your house there could be some maid working, right? Maid, வீட்டுல help பண்றவங்க. Have they ever got a phone call asking if you need loan? Has the lady has got any time a phone asking, sir, do you need loan? But Umesh sir, tell me, how many times have you got a phone call for loan?
Yeah, many times, sir. Many times.
Many times, right? Why? How are they able to identify that you are a customer who will buy loan? It is because there is a machine learning algorithm which is predicting that, hey, this particular person will have 60% chances that he will buy a loan. You call him 3 times, he may buy it. Okay. But when it comes to your housemate, the prediction probability will be less. It will say that 20% probable that this person will buy. It is a very, very interesting subject. Okay. Applicable in multiple fields, right? So what I was talking about is basically recommendation systems. Now what I'm going to show you in terms of triple E and all those things, right? You can do these things. Say, for example, in grid integration, in power distribution, how can you do load balancing? How much of, see, it is too much costly for industries now to build a prototype model. And you need to really create the product, really put all the hardware, software, everything, then test it. By the time you will spend lakhs and lakhs of rupees, you will spend lakhs and lakhs of R&D, everything. But think about this, right? Just with machine learning, a 50 to 100 line code can give you the end results that is expected before even you build the actual product. Are you getting it, guys? Are you able to follow what I'm saying? Okay. So make sure that you guys don't even think about this thing, right? Like, say, don't come out of this like it is for IT and all those steps. Okay. So I would like to remind one another thing. Okay. When you go to any companies in IT or anything, right, they will not ask what is your 10th mark, what is your 12th mark. They will ask you how intellect you are and how innovative you are. Okay. I lead a team of 22 members. Okay. I get freshers from our college also. They come as interns, especially St. Joseph's. When I see them, what I understand is what differentiates them from others is a simple coding language. Okay, they would have learned some sort of coding, and eventually many people end up in IT companies also. Like, say, triple E people end up in IT companies also. Even if you get placed in a core company, or you do not get placed in a core company, I will strongly recommend that you get yourself aligned with the programming language. And once you learn a programming language, automatically learning machine learning is very, very, very easy, very, very simple. Okay. So invest time in this, and there is a lot of scope when you do this as a என்ன சொல்றது, as a BOGO, right? Or other terms, what to say, as a bonus to what you are doing now along with your engineering. Okay. Few words that I want to encourage to my fellow students, right? So right now, if you are in a failure mode, it is not your mistake, but a word of thing, if you are giving up on overcoming your failure, that is what is going to be the greatest blender. ஓகே. எனக்கு எக்ஸலே தெரியாது. ஐ ஹவ் ஹர்ட் பீப்புள் சேயிங் எனக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸல் கூட தெரியாது, எனக்கு ஒரு வேர்ட் டாக்குமெண்ட் கூட டைப் பண்ண தெரியாது. ஐ ஹவ் ஹர்ட் திஸ் லாட் ஆஃப் டைம்ஸ், பீப்புள் டிமோட்டிவேட்டிங் தெம்செல்ஃப். I'll tell you, maybe you came from not a that great school, or maybe in your current college you are not learning well, or you are not doing well. But don't look at your past. Okay, failure is just a mistake. Okay, but giving up and saying that என்னால முடியவே முடியாது is the greatest blunder. So don't ever give up. Okay. The second thing that I want to tell is there is always a sunshine on the other side. Okay. So it will not be night and dark all the time. Okay. So maybe current situation, Corona, how are we living with hopes? We know that we are going to overcome this someday, right? Some or the other day, maybe in months, maybe in years, but we are definitely going to cross this. Same thing. Engineering life, it's going to end in 4 years. Okay. And what you are currently is not going to define your life forever. Okay, so believe that there is always a future, and there is no don't think that your current thing is gonna stop here right away. Okay, and the final thing is there is only one forward life. Okay, forward move in our life. Okay, there is no turning back. Don't look back. Okay, maybe you may have, someone might have 3 years, 4 years, or you might have not got placed till date. Whatever it is, don't turn back and keep thinking about it. Look ahead and say that it is only I have a road forward, not at the back. Okay, so there is a famous Bible statement that says, do not remember the former things, but keep everything looking straight forward ahead. Okay, and this is something that I want you to tell for everybody. It's common for everybody, right? You need to invest in your life in three things. Not in jewels, not in buying a property, not in anything else. You need to invest in three things. Invest in spirituality, keeping your sound mind, sound body. Invest in knowledge, because knowledge is keeping on increasing, right? It's like as every technology comes, there is a job cut that is happening. Hey, you are outdated, you need to search a new job, get out. That's how companies are treating. Unless and until you are investing in yourself, make it interesting, don't make it theoretical. Try it, practice it. Okay, and when you invest in knowledge, you are going to reap it forever. And finally, invest on your health, and always invest in your family. Okay, in my 12th standard, the best enemies of me is, I considered my parents are my best enemies. And when I was in college, whenever my professors used to tell me something, I thought they are all bad guys, sort of a thing. But then later I realized the only well-beings in our life who be happy for all our good deeds is our parents and then our teachers. So invest time in them, invest time with your family, and they are the only well-beings behind you. And again, you are never alone. You have your teachers, you have God with you, you have friends with you. Make best use of it. Don't ever give up. Okay. With this, I conclude my thing, and I open up for quick Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahesh sir. I hope this session is really a eye-opening session for many future engineers. I think you have given a holistic approach of every aspect in life. That is very important. Rather than just focusing just on the career, you have given a clear approach on how the life should be focused on. Very thank you for that, sir. Now I call upon Swatish. Swatish?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You can.
Thank you so much, Shelton, sir. It was really an amazing session and interactive one so far. You should really thank for giving an idea on what machine learning and AI was the current trend in the industry. Really, thank you so much for spending your valuable time and stop your busy schedule. Now, I call upon Monica to deliver.
Thank you, Swatish. It's my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the management, staff members, and all the participants in the session. It was so nice of you, sir, to share your beautiful, inspiring journey from St. Joseph to Verizon. The road to success in your life seemed to be led by a lot of willpower and hard work. Thank you, Mr. Shelton, for accepting our invitation. The session was very interactive and an informative one. The live relatable examples and the way you carry the session is really commendable. I would also like to thank the participants for making the session more lively. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Hoping to see you in the next session tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Jansi ma'am. Thank you, Triple E department as a whole. Thank you, Umesh ma'am, Umesh sir, and thank you, students, for the great invite. It was great to be part of the alma mater. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Participants, I think Sir has posted his LinkedIn contact in his in the chat box, and those who are interested, just you can have his LinkedIn profile contact with him. And I hope that he is definitely worthy to guide you in the right way in your career and also in your life. Thank you.